You know, he still is definitely doing a lot of work in that house.
Symbol is one of the older players we have in StarCraft 2. He's been playing since the beginning, and I don't mean like he's been in StarCraft 2 for like the longest, but he has. He's been there longer than Rogue has. He's been there longer than SOS has. And he is actually quite older. Like he's somebody they really respect and somebody who can easily be a mentor and has so much experience. Even if his results have started to fall off, he has so much experience. At a time, if you want to compare like during Symbol's timeline, like when he was at his top, you could really compare him to Rogue. They were about at the same like level compared to everybody else at that time. If you like take a look back, I feel like that's just like a really good comparison you can make.
Speaking of Rogue, he's coming up next against Shine here on one of our newer maps, Expedition Lost, 2-player map. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how Rogue deals with the aggression of Shine or lack thereof. Let's get into predictions, guys, and see exactly who voted for who. We actually get a 3-3 here. Me and Moonglade and Daehyun, the guy on the right, Korean caster, going for Rogue, whereas you, Kanata, and the Monday caster going for Shine.
I feel like Rogue is the safe pick, but I feel like Shine is a pick that just really takes into account like his ZVZ prowess, his ability to beat players that are much better than him in ZVZs. Like if you look at Shine's track record of beating players who are way better than him, results-wise, in ZVZ, in important matches, he usually wins. Like if you take a look back,
especially Sulky.
Yeah, and that's a stat that you can't like see on a piece of paper. It's not even really a stat. It's a pattern. It's a trait. It's almost like a curse.
He's got something. Excuse me. He's got something against a lot of the Zerg players. It's more of like a mental curse. It's like he gets into the minds of his opponents, and he's like, I'm gonna sit here and chuckle, and you're gonna have no effing clue what I'm gonna do. I'm going to trick you, I'm going to run circles around you, and I'm going to be more confident than you. Even if Shine is like on the bottom tier, he's just like, I'm going to beat you. I don't care what's going on. I'll six-pull your mom.
Six-pull your mom, man. And speaking of players who beat Sulky, Rogue actually beat Sulky 3-0 in the SSL Challenger, so that's something to keep in mind.
That's what I was going to say as well. Definitely a very strong Zerg player.
He has really good ZVZ. I like Rogue ZVZ. I just feel like Shine might do something that throws him off, especially now. I didn't make this prediction based off of what the score is right now, but because Samsung is up, and this is a more tense situation for Rogue, he has more to lose if he loses it. I kind of like Shine's position. I feel like we're going to see a smile on his face when the camera comes on.
He's like somber.
Well, he's only played one Zerg versus Zerg this season. He's 1-0, and he's 2-1 this season as well. It's pretty impressive.
Very true. Was it Rogue that went up against a 9-pool on Merry-Go-Round where the Banelings crashed in the hatchery? Was that Rogue? Do you remember that game?
Yeah, I cast out with Moonglade, and I was like, I don't know, is he trying to kill the larva? Like, it's like most biggest mistake ever. I definitely remember that game, but I don't know if it was against Rogue.
I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking for Rogue. Maybe not.
I don't remember, to be
enough speculation regardless. Rogue, he's very strong. He can put on the pressure himself as well. Let's not forget, we could see something coming out of Rogue here as well. Let's jump into game number 4 here between Rogue and Shine. Down here in the bottom left, in the red, from the generic Green Wings, it is Rogue.
Game 4, go straight, turn right. To the top right in blue for Samsung Galaxy Con, it's Shine. That's literally what that sign said. Like, it was a transliteration. And not really sure.
It was English sounds with Korean letters.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Actually, is he referring to like
this is like I think this is a Korean inside joke, but I can't remember what it's referring to. By the way, we have a 10th drone here for Shine, so he makes an overlord after it though, so it's not a temple. But he's doing the extractor cancel. He just likes to keep his fans excited, like, oh, who's gonna do it? Oh, there's the overlord. Never mind.
Shine's a sneaky guy.
I wish there was like a database of Zerg players who do the extractor cancel. Because most of the ones that I can think of off the top of my head are very aggressive Zergs. Like Life does the extractor cancel.
Yeah, he does.
He's quite known for that. Losira does the extractor cancel oftentimes. Nest actually used to do the extractor cancel, and then he stopped, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. There was that, hype around the fact, is it better, is it not, does it actually change anything? And people kind of found out it was very, very minuscule and doesn't really matter, so people just did whatever they were comfortable with.
You know what's funny just on this note? We do have a hatch first here for Shine, which is very meta of him.
Yeah, man.
When I watched the Losira versus Nest finals, it was the first finals I ever got to attend live in Korea. And I remember they had both players' screens. They had 3 giant screens at the finals, and 2 of the screens were the players' first-person views. And I remember the sound quality was intense, and the entire studio was quiet. And both Nest and Losira extractor canceled at the same time, and you heard this explosion of the extractor. I'll never forget that moment. That was a great finals, even though it was a 4-0. It was a great finals.
It's pretty cool. I'm sure you have a lot of memories, as it was your first finals in Korea. Rogue, he puts down this pool first, and it's not really going to benefit him at all. In fact, Shine, with his quote-unquote meta play, going against the Shine meta, he's going to really trick Rogue here. Rogue, we were talking about this before, like, is he going to be forced to just make a pool because Shine is who he is? And it seems like the answer is yes. He's just playing safe here. He doesn't want to go down. Like you said before as well, a lot of pressure on him. If he goes down to just a 9 pool because he was greedy, that's going to feel worse than getting behind by making a safe pool.
Shine is a very smart player. In fact, I always go as far as to say that he's brilliant. His mechanics are actually not what he's known for. It's not what he's famous for. It's his mind games, his intelligence in play, and mostly in the Zerg versus Zerg matchup, but also in other matchups. Mirror matchups are oftentimes the matchups where sort of mind games and build order choices can get you the most ahead. And I think this is why just Shine has had so much success in this matchup, for example. Leave him 1 in gas. He does get scouted here by Rogue, but what Rogue is going to see with this is he's just going to confirm frustration, like, okay, he actually did a greedy build, and I'm a little bit behind as a result. The being behind in Zergling speed is going to be really important here as well, as Shine is going to be able to have that mobility early on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
He's making 2 Overlords here. He might make a ton of Speedlings after this. Let's wait and see.
Well,
it's actually it's a supply block. That's why. Never mind.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate here for Shine. You were talking about how his mechanics are not a strong suit. There you have it. I mean, we've seen him play long games before. I'm not saying he's bad at macro games, but maybe not on quite the same level as Rogue.
Yeah.
If I had to put the 2 up against each other. And little mistakes like that this early on in the game are going to have an effect. Rogue did get those 6 drones mining a lot earlier than Shine. So,
well, just as it is right now, Lair comes up for Shine off 2 base here. So there's a few different strats we could see. He's going to definitely want to grab his other gases here in just a second, though. If getting out Lair this early is going to be his plan. We see Rogue playing a lot more standard, just getting the Roach Warren up, Evolution Chamber to follow.
Yeah, went gasless for a while. Finally started mining that gas. And just gets that Spine Crawler for safety. It's pretty standard. Do see the 2 Lings coming across the map once again. They want to get that information.
Zergling speed was canceled then, I guess, for Shine.
I don't think he ever made it. He just went straight into Lair.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
We got a bit of a wall here at the front. So even if Rogue did want to go for the scout, he would be denied. But he's going to try.
Yep.
Oh, that second queen.
That was a nice block. That was really well done. Spores, or rather, tumors being pushed forward.
Mm-hmm.
And
finally, Rogue gets his lair down.
So the lair for Shine is done. It looks like he wants to do a +1 roach speed timing to hit the 3rd base. Shine is planning on doing this. Now Rogue is taking his own 3rd right now. This is a really cool advantage you get with the lair as well. It's just faster Overseer Scout. It's pretty tough to deny that. He sees the double Evo Chambers.
What?
That's going to give him a lot more reinforcement power with his roaches, I think, and it's going to let him rally faster.
That's really cool. This is like Habitation Station level, but 3rd base in the middle.
Yeah.
That's really cool positioning here, actually, on this map.
Let's see if this works out. It is scouted.
Yeah. I think it may be, from this positioning, it might be obvious to Rogue what's happening, actually. He's like, oh, okay, you're going to put on some roach pressure. You're getting those gold minerals. You want to have those extra minerals just to attack me with. You're not just going to try to defend this here in the middle of the map.
I think this is pretty cool. I like this a lot. It feels very Shine-esque, what we're seeing. I think that Rogue absolutely can defend this, but it's going to be tough. He's going to have the faster production cycles, of course, because he's going to be defending. He's going to have his roaches more nearby. But the lack of roach speed is going to be something that Shine has. How many roaches is Shine making right now? Just 3 more? It looks like he might actually just poke a little bit, not really commit to an attack, and just keep droning and just try to have an advantage with that gold base.
He's banking up a lot of minerals and gas, and he has empty supply here, but he's just not making anything. He's got the larva, too, I saw. There we go. Finally, 9 roaches coming out here. Very delayed there, I have to say.
So this early roach speed that he gets doesn't come into play, but it's not like he loses something off of that. He had a slightly later third base, but it's a gold base, so the longer that stays up, the better it is for him. And not only that, he could take a third base later whenever he chooses to. If he gets a lot of money off of this and then somehow loses it, it pays for itself, or if it starts to mine out fast because gold bases mine out very quickly, he still has that third base he can take. And when Rogue wants to take his base, the next one, he's going to have to really think about where he wants to put that.
We're going to see Rogue try to punish here with the +1/+1 upgrades. He's bringing the queens as well. This is something you get. That base is so close. The queens are going to get into the fight. Even the spine crawler coming in here.
Even bringing a spine crawler. Transfuser's going down defensively here for Shine. He has a lot of money, but I don't know if he has enough roaches here. The advantage in that armor is definitely going to come into play right now. The better concave, I think, here, though, to Shine, and he has an extra queen at the back. Even a Zergling is actually helping out, and he pushes this back for now. He's got a ton of roaches on the way with those extra minerals. I think he's going to hold it. The spine is doing a lot of work here, but I don't think it's enough.
It's just barely not enough.
Look at Rogue's
How did he do this? Oh, my God. Even the spine crawler in the mix not able to help at all. Just too many roaches, too much of a swell from that gold base. And now all the queens go down. He's got no production back at home. Oh, man, I think Rogue just lost the game.
+2 is going to be done in just a second here. And +2 is a much more significant upgrade than the armor. So even though it's going to be 2 upgrades to 2 upgrades, roaches do burst damage in their attack. The armor doesn't matter as much. And
yeah, and Rogue is not going for any upgrades here. He's trying to end the game right now, but he's behind after that attack. He definitely lost.
He's even down in workers like just by
attack.
1. All right. Having the starter step in, this gives Shine a lot more firing time. And that's like the pair's advantage. When you're attacking into roaches, every time you have to starter step forward to get that surface area, you miss an attack.
Yeah, and even a free roach donated there. You can't be losing even 1 roach when you're this far behind.
Not even 1.
Yep. Right now it's 35-22, and that gold base is just giving him so many more roaches. Now the +2 is going to be finished, and like I said before, Rogue has no more upgrades on the way.
He's going to soon find himself the attacker, Shine is, with the next money he has.
Shine's even taking a 4th base.
That's what I was saying. If he holds his base, it's even better, but as he starts to mine out, he just takes a safer 4th base, which is further away. Where's Rogue going to take his 4th base now? He has a problem. He can't take the gold base. That's not under his control. If he takes a 4th base to the right side that's easily harassed, it's very far away. It's a pretty tough spot. And he's even going to try to go into the back door here.
That's something you get with this kind of map. And look at this. This is so cheeky, man.
+2 roach is going to 3-shot a drone, so these 3 together can 1-shot. If I'm not mistaken, and that's a lot of
just going for the drones.
He could actually kill the roach swarm here if he's able to get a high ground position, but I think he's just going to play it safe.
Yeah, he doesn't want to commit to that because you could lose a lot of roaches doing that. And maybe counterattack kills you.
This is not the way he wants to fight. He doesn't want to get split. Ideally, he wants to fight this group of roaches where he has a massive advantage, and that's exactly what he's going to try to do here. Then he's in a good position. He rotates around where he can kill this base and then continue to chase the roaches. He can even catch some of these drones. And Rogue goes for a counterattack. He's catching some reinforcements. This is a smart move.
But I don't know, man. He lost his 3rd base. Like,
he has to do something, though, right? And he will get this base, the roaches, a few free roaches as well, but he's already evacuated his drones.
Both players evacuating both of their bases right now. Shine trying to save his drones. Rogue, it looks like he wants to go for the throat here. Shine is in a bit of a better position. He's got roaches in both the main and the natural already. He's
already way ahead, in that regard. Like he's
doing the damage first. And look at this. Rogue not even controlling his roaches here.
If this is a race, Rogue is late on the starting block, man.
Yeah. But I like what Rogue's doing here. He's trying to snipe out the stuff that's on the left side of the map. So that includes all the drones as well as a small number of roaches.
Yeah, he's going to kill all these
drones. Some of the queens. And look, if you look at the unit tab right now, we got 46 to 44.
+2, though, still a factor.
Yeah, that is true.
And let's open the structures tab, and you'll see that there's only, I believe, one hatchery on the way right now for Rogue. That's all he has right now.
Oh, wow, yeah. You're actually right. Not even an extractor.
If that gets found, this is going to be the contention point. He cannot lose roaches to broodlings, for example, right now. Well, he needs to be careful there.
All Shine has to do right now, in fact, is go back and fight one block of roaches.
Yep, and that's where he's actually going to catch these roaches for free. 3 extractors left.
Oh, my God. There's only... Oh, okay, he's making one more hatchery, but it is scouted. It is scouted already, whereas Shine does not know where the hatchery of Rogue is.
Well, there's only so many places it could be, but he is getting a lot of these drones. They're actually fighting that extractor.
There are no more drones here for Shine, except the one that's making the hatchery.
Oh, he's going for the hatch. You know what? If he could burst that down, he wins.
He could?
Wait. How many drones? No drones left.
No drones left.
He has to defend the hatchery right now. He has to get there right now. He has to get everything here. He has to stop this. I don't think he can stop it.
Ramps.
I don't think he can stop it, Valdez.
He's going to focus on the hatchery. He's going to go down.
It's going for it. He's going to get it. Yeah,
Rogue wins.
And he's going to take the game and force the ace match.
Oh, man. That's insane. How did he do that? He pulled it off, man. He actually did it. That is such a huge win. Sojung was walking over here to do an interview, do a translation for the interview for Shine being the MVP for Samsung. That's not happening anymore.
That's not happening, man. You saw Shine's face. Somebody make a gif of that face.
Oh my God. I didn't actually get to see that. I was going crazy because he was actually winning that game.
This game will go down in history. Could he have blocked the roaches with his own roaches? I think that might have been the play there, but I think he just got too stressed.
That's what I was saying, man. Block both ramps.
Block both ramps.
But that's so hard to do when you're under that much pressure, you know? And even then, like, Rogue had all of his roaches together balled up. I think some of Shine's roaches were out on the map. I would love to actually see that replay.
You know what this game comes down to, in my opinion, is those drones that got killed on the left side of the map. If
exactly. That's what I was saying, man.
Yeah, if he has more drones, he can make extractors. Nothing else matters. I think that's the big point.
Rogue was just playing smarter there in the very last stages of the game. That's what it came down. He made the better decisions.
Rogue also chose the better location to place his hatchery, but he had that liberty because he had a few more structures, so he had more time to place that in a better spot, and he had drones in a safe spot. Whereas Shine was like, oh my God, I'm losing the last of my extractors. I have to place this now. I don't even think necessarily. I guess he had to make it as close as he could to a base in case that became like something that was important as the game went on. But
oh man,
a few critical mistakes there in the late game for Shine, and that just shows that even though Shine plays some really good decisions and makes a lot of awesome choices in the early game, the longer the game goes, the players with better decision making sometimes win out.
Yeah, man. Even with the great army control of Shine there to take out the third base, he was doing so many things right. He was so far ahead. But that you can sometimes let games run away from you like that. And Rogue was somehow able to squeeze it out. He forces the ace match. That is the most important thing here. Double ace match on starting Monday of round 2. It only makes sense.
It only makes sense. It's only fitting, Valdez. Now,
who's it going to be?
I think Deer is too obvious for Samsung. But I feel like they might have to use him anyways.
Oh, what's the map?
The map is Bonnie Research Station. Backdoor expansion, good for a Protoss, but sometimes easily dropped by a player like Maru.
A lot of stuff goes into this as well. You know, Maru did go down today to Deer.
All right, who's it going to be?
That's the question. They're up on stage, and it is Deer versus Trap.
Who prepared for Protoss versus Protoss today and won his match.
Man.
This is going to be sick. Tell your friends about this. Get everybody in this stream. I want everybody who watches StarCraft, everybody who cares about Korean esports, everybody who cares about esports in general needs to be here at this stream right now. Get in here. This is going to be sick.
Talk about a test for Trap. Jesus Christ. Against Deer in the ace match up against Samsung. I can't even believe that Jin Air let it get to this point. But I love the fact that they're trusting Trap right now. It's like, okay, you did really well. Rogue just barely won, and he probably should have lost. Yeah. You were the only guy who flat out won. It's probably going to be a Protoss. Go do your thing, Trap. SOS is not on his game. Rogue, he just had a crazy, jarring game there. He's not going to be able to play an ace match.
No. All right, guys, it's time for a quick 10-minute break. During this time, get out there, spread the word about this ace match we're about to see. It's Monday. It's Pro League. We'll see you in a few.